We are now moving on to the next segment of the day 2 of the conference. Day 2, I'm sure we had a good round of panel discussions, right from engineering, architecture, arts and design, innovation. A lot of important content was discussed. And in fact, day 1 also, we witnessed a lot of important issues in higher education being addressed in the conference. And then the highlights included the solutions that came out from the discussions across all the panels and keynote speeches. So we are now moving on to the highlight of the ECF 2022 conference, and that is the Executive Council Forum Manifesto. This manifesto is being presented and will be signed by some of the key stakeholders in higher education who have joined us as part of this conference today. This is the first time in India that an initiative like this has been taken. Let me give you a background of what this manifesto looks like and what is the context. Just as you see in G20 summits, when you have the heads of countries coming down and discussing the issues that these countries are facing, whether it is in the area of climate change or it is related to, other economical challenges. But coming to the higher education, there never has been, I would say, in an academic setup, in an institution where members of different partner institutions have come together on one platform to discuss the issues in higher education along with the solutions that have been presented and the timelines that we as a group would collectively work together for. So I would like to share the content of what this manifesto entails. This manifesto may be treated as a declaration of intent and is being presented at the Executive Council Forum and lays down the points that has been agreed to by the higher educational institutions to collectively work towards some of the best practices to create a learner-centered education across the world. As the theme of the ECF this year is fostering next-gen learners with a vision of 2035 and defining purpose in higher education from India to the world. We are presenting some of the points which includes environmental sustainability. The other area is creating awareness about financial literacy, imbibing SDGs into the classroom, collaboration between industry and academia. That's what Mr. Krishnan spoke about from Coursera in the morning. Increasing entrepreneurial intentions among students, imbibing a robust assurance of learning, and implementing social sciences and humanities as an intra-curricular module and a mandatory credit course, embedding the curriculum with the digitalization needs, and last but not the least, providing learners with a large sense of responsibility and practical leadership. These are some of the issues that were presented in the conference so far, and we have identified certain solutions that will help these challenges or these issues to be overcome over a period of time. And we have also mapped the timelines for action. It is an outcome-based conference, and we are looking at the partner institutions to collaboratively work with Voxen on creating a more inclusive ecosystem. So I would like to call upon the first guest as part of this ECF manifesto signing, Dr. Dan Leclerc, CEO, GBSN. Dr. Sandeep Krishnamurthy, Dean of University of Washington, Bothell School of Business, US. Dr. Bruno Henrique Rocha Fernandes, Dean of PUCPR in Brazil. Mr. Nishit Jain, Senior Special Advisor, EFMD, Asia. Dr. Glenn Mushert, Professor, Khalifa University, UAE. And to chair this manifesto signing, I'd like to call upon Dr. Raul Rodriguez, Vice President, Watson University. I would now like to ask Lasya to please bring the manifesto and present it to Dr. Raul Rodriguez. And as a team, Dr. Raul, if you can open it and present this to the group. As you know, this manifesto features the key issues raised, possible solutions, and the timelines for action. For the environmental sustainability, by bringing down carbon emissions and adherence to the SDGs and maximum scope of implementation. And the possible solution that came up during this conference is becoming a carbon neutral and net zero campus. Watson has already started this journey, and I am sure our partner institutions present here will also agree to the fact, the importance of, and to monitor this key issue of environmental sustainability. The timeline for action is June 2026, first leg, and June 2030 for the completion, that we together come together to ensure that institutions will work towards making campuses a net zero campus. And the second is creating awareness about financial literacy. The possible solution is conducting financial literacy awareness drives for individuals in neighborhood and communities for small and medium-sized businesses. Timeline for action is June 2023. Imbibing SDGs into the classroom. And this is going to be very interesting, guys. The possible solution that has been presented for imbibing SDGs into the classroom. Possible, so I'm sure, just before announcing that, I'm sure you all know that companies have a minimum 2% of their profits going into the CSR activities. As part of this manifesto signing, the delegates have agreed that there could be a possible allocation of 1.2% of the annual profits for ERS activities that will be carried out by the students. And the timeline for action is February 2024. Collaboration between industry and academia. The possible solution presented as part of the discussion today as Coursera Managing Director, was present, introducing multidisciplinary projects from a critical thinking standpoint. So we have the first signature coming from Dr. Dan Leclerc, CEO, GBSN. The second signature by Dr. Sandeep Krishnamurthy, Dean, University of Washington, Bothell School of Business. Mr. Nishit Jain, Senior Special Advisor, EFMD, Asia. Dr. Bruno Fernandes, Dean, PUCPR, Brazil. Dr. Glenn Mushert, Professor, Khalifa University. Like the group to share a few words, starting with Dr. Dan Leclerc, if you can share your few words about this manifesto. And the last signature was done by Dr. Raul Rodriguez, Vice President.
Well, it's a lot to digest, that's for sure, and a short time period, but together, and I think that's the main point of the manifesto. When I listen to this, it's about working together, not only across schools, but across sectors, and you can count on the Global Business School Network to support that. So it's a pleasure to sign the manifesto and to support this event.
Great, yep. My thought is, the quote, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. So that's what we're doing. We're going together. Great.
I'd like to congratulate Watson for being the first in this space. I think a lot has been said across a lot of schools across the region. But I think what is unique is penning it down and making us the stakeholder by endorsing it, by having us sign it. So I think we have a larger goal and a mission that we are now all committed as a team. And I'm sure since we are a team, like others said, I think it will be done. Thank you.
Well, I'm really impressed on this document, how fast you are on, getting those ideas to put it in a document and propose very specific targets. So congratulations, and I hope you can achieve it.
Thank you so much for this opportunity to be a part of this historic signing. I'm very much inspired by my time here at Watson. This is my second time here, and to be a part of this organization, a stakeholder, and the ability to meet very many dynamic individuals and to work together as a group is truly a blessing for me, and so I thank you.
All right, so we would now have a group picture with the team who has signed this manifesto. If you can please raise and present this for a group picture. And I would request Dr. Ricardo, Mr. Ranjan Dwivedi, Mr. Vivek Kalia, Dr. Yama Temuri, Mr. Vadim, Mr. Munwar Khan, Mr. Jairam, Dr. Ipsita, please raise and join the team. Dr. Drew Mallory, Ms. Tanya Bajaj, Mr. Manish Jha, Dr. Sri Rupa Sen Gupta,